This is Down to the Wire 513.
Everybody else can shut up. It is time.
Ooh, Flyman Ring.
Back in the building, man.
Yo, we in the building. We back.
Make sure y'all follow us on everything Down to the Wire 513. Yo, Down to the Wire 513, episode 276. The Taryn Bland, Flyman ran back in the building. Josh Doc Evans will be here momentarily.
Back in the building, brother. How you feeling, man?
Feeling blessed, black, highly favored.
Hey, man. Feeling good, feeling great. You know what I'm saying? Back in the building. Like we said, Doc will be joining us here shortly. But, man, I'm ready for the weather to finally break. It's still been a little chilly outside, man.
A little bit. Today, obviously, here. If you in the sun, then you feel pretty good. But you in the shade,
you see it this morning. I don't know if how it was now, if where you live at, or where you was at, if you don't know if he's at work this morning. But man, this morning it was so foggy outside. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, but by the time I got up, the fog was just disappearing. I did see how foggy it was though.
That shit was
wild. When I was like, damn, like, oh shit, is this the mist?
I thought it would be over by like by sunrise, but that shit was still like, well through the morning. It was still like you said, it was like the mist outside. Man, it was crazy.
For sure. It's Down to the Wire 513, episode 276. As always, make sure I tap in with us on everything Down to the Wire 513, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We appreciate all the subs, the likes, the views, the comments, everything. Appreciate all the love y'all been showing us. We on Twitch as well, Facebook, all that, man.
Love it, man. We love it, man. Keep subscribing, man. Keep commenting. Keep liking all the content, man. Like we always say every week, y'all want to come on the show, man, definitely hit us up. We'll let y'all get on here, and we'll definitely debate, chop it up with y'all, whatever it is, man. Hit us up.
For sure, because we just had a guest on this past Friday for Sports and Spirit. So
yes, sir. Shout out Jeremiah. So go check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, man, get on here. Even if it's a sport we don't normally cover on here, you want to come in here and share your knowledge on the sport, hit us up, man. We welcome all collaborators, man.
Yeah, speaking of sport, we rarely talk about on here. Happy opening day eve. Opening day is a pretty big day here in Cincinnati.
Only for the festivities. It's usually not for the baseball.
Yeah,
we talked a little bit in our chat, man. Baseball here is usually not very celebratory because we usually suck here.
Yeah,
it's the same race. We had a few good years. Like what was that? Like 7-8 years ago. It feels like.
Yeah, 2015 when Dusty Baker was still
here. So we had a few good years, you know what I'm saying? But through my whole life, we've been pretty much sucking my whole life, which is the better part of 30 years. So hey, man, but opening day always is lit. I never really actually been down there to participate. I don't plan on going. I ain't going this year either. But yeah, I'd be cool, man. But hey, if you're going out there, be safe.
Be safe. Pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So
yeah. I know my mother-in-law's going down there with the Who They Chicks. So yeah, I'll make sure y'all tune into the news and everything. I think it's on Fox 19.
Wait, did we start the Who They Chicks?
You said what?
Who you got in the Who They Chicks?
My mother-in-law, yeah, she's in the Who They Chicks, so she gonna be there.
Hold on. Well, we gotta talk. About I got family in Who They Chicks too. So
that's funny. Yeah, we gotta talk about. I think she's just a newer member, so she just joined recently. So, but yeah, man, they will be down there. So make sure y'all tap in for that for sure.
For sure, man. All right, man. Let's go and jump right into it, man. Y'all seen the title of this week's show, man. How much pressure is on Bronny James? Last night, if y'all didn't know, man, it was the high school McDonald's All-American game, both boys and girls. Bronny had 15 points in the game last night, 5 threes.
5 for 8 from 3.
Had a chance to tie the game?
Yeah, I think they had a chance to tie at the end. Pass it to, I forget the kid's name, pass it to, shot a long three. I think the kid he passed was actually the best shooter in the class. So I watched the 3-point shootout they had on Monday night, and this guy had like 27 points in the contest. So he really is a great shooter. I'm pretty sure he's a Duke recruit, going to Duke next year. But Pass it to him who badly missed it, to say the least. But
I
had a chance tied up.
I just want to say real quick, just off topic. This is just all the basketball I've been watching lately. Terrible shot selection, bro. Everybody is pulling up from logos, shooting terrible threes. Like, we need to stop this. Everybody's not Steph Curry. Everybody's not Dame Lillard, Trae Young.
Curry effect, man. You're right.
Everybody think they can pull from the logo. That's just something I get off my chest. I had to get off my chest. College and high school.
You see it a lot more. It's a lot more common now, which I love the confidence. Love the confidence, but like you said, everybody's not Steph Curry. Everybody's not Dame Lillard.
And you're costing your team when you take bad. And you, like I said, it's good when you make it. Obviously, it's good when you make it, but when you miss it, and
even when you make it, it's still not a good shot to be taking.
Right.
Of course, you made it, so it kind of cures the whole thing, but it's not a great shot. You know, even when I'm hooping, I do shoot some long threes. I admit they're not great shots. I just sometimes you in the groove. You know what I'm saying? You start feeling it, but you have to be aware you can't take too many of those threes. You know, if you put in the work, you know, you have a little bit of equity with your team, you can shoot those kind of shots. You know, like the Dame and Steph have the equity with their team, and some players in the NBA who, you know, don't shoot them that much. They have the equity with the team to actually do that. But some guys just go out there and just jacking them up just to be doing it, man. It's bad basketball.
Ruining the game, killing the game.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, man, what you think of the high school game last night? I'm pretty sure the rating was pretty high on that. I'm not sure what rating came out yet, but I'm pretty sure it'd probably be pretty high.
Yeah, I think it was one of the better played all-star type games. You know, this is still an all-star game when it comes to it. I think there was good defense being played throughout the game, and I think for the most part, it wasn't too many bad shots being taken. It was like I said, for an all-star game, I was impressed by the level of play that was displayed. I think Bronny looked great too. You know, he showed that he could shoot the ball. Showed that he makes the right basketball play. He wasn't trying too hard. You know, if you watch him play, he played like his normal game. It's kind of how he plays if you watch him throughout high school. So, I think he's a solid player. You know, if he was 6'6", it'd be a lot better for him. You know, being 6'6" with 2.5, 6'3", he's gonna have to be, you know, very good. You know, at shooting the ball, and he's going to be a very good defender as well, which I think he can do both of those very well. You know, he's going to have to continue to improve at both of those things, though.
Yeah, I mean, we got on the NBA All-Star game about a month ago about how lackluster it was. I mean, how non-competitive it was. Last night was a key example of how you play an All-Star game without risking nobody going out to get hurt. Shout out to the kids for doing that, man. These are high school kids who made it their mind. It was one of the kids who the commentator said he's going to go out here and they want to compete. So that's all it takes, man. It just takes a few guys to go out there and want to compete. And if you ain't not out there to compete, man, you'll go out there and get embarrassed. So, man, shout out to high school kids for having that mentality, putting on a good show. I'm with you. A very competitive game. Came down to the final shot. And so shout out to them for that. One thing I didn't know, man, that made me feel old last night, man. I didn't realize how many guys that we grew up watching, how many sons are in this year's class.
That's a lot. Like, you know, you just hear Bronny James, all right, just Bronny. But you look up, he's like, damn, you got DeJuan Wagner's son.
Paige Stoyakovic's son.
Top 3. Paige's son is in here. It's so many, man. Even some players who are not as well known as those guys, our sons are, you know, at his level 2 now. It's crazy, bro. It's actually beautiful to see, though, man.
For sure. Canadian Reacts, how you doing?
Shout out, brother. Appreciate you tapping in with us, man.
But yeah, man, overall, man, last night was a very competitive game on both sides. I said good form of basketball for high school level for an all-star game. Love to see it. I gotta go back and rewatch the girls one. I know they came on early in the game. That's one thing they got to stop expecting to. The girls came on at 5:00.
Yeah, I did catch I catch like the second half of their game. It's kind of the same way. Very competitive. They have this point guard. I forget her name. Higluado. I forget how to pronounce her name. She's top point guard in the class. She was on the losing team, but man, she was going hard. Juju's out there going hard. I forget the other young lady's name. I was on Juju's team, on West team. Last name was Williams as well. I forget her name, but she was going hard too, man. So it was very competitive as well. It came down to it was like I think a 10-point game, but it was still, they were still fighting.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, this is just a shift in balance in high school basketball as far as being competitive. And like I said, obviously, it helps when you got guys. Like I say, you got names in both classes that people want to watch. So that helps as well. But man, shout out to the kids, man.
Definitely helps, man. Definitely helps. But I do want to call out, the McDonald's. I guess the voting. I know it's the only Democratic, as they call it. Like it's the democracy. I guess you got to get voted in. But there was some guys left off that I thought should have definitely been on this list. Mikey Williams has been top high school player throughout his high school career. Robert Dillingham, who is killing it right now, who has been killing most of these guys that were playing in this game for the last year and a half as well. Two guys off the top of my head I think should have been in this game that were not.
Well, I think that obviously, I think with high school, maybe it's something else. I know they have a criteria.
Yeah, it's rules. It's rules, and I know both those guys do go to different kind of schools, not your traditional high school. So that may be a reason why they probably wasn't even on the ballots to get voted in. But I forget the guy's name who actually runs the whole McDonald's game. He said one of the criteria they look at is who's going to be the best future pros. If that's your criteria, some of these guys you left off are going to be better than some of these guys you put in. So just put that out there.
Well, yeah, and the thing is with that, just go out there and say all the criteria. What do every guy needs to meet so we can stop speculating and people got to stop going and assuming what they read online.
Yeah.
If you interview last night, you just said, okay, we look for future pros. Boom. They need to be a good model citizen.
Grades,
put everything out there.
He did say like 3 or 4 things, but he said it was a countless other things. So it's a lot of things that they put into criteria. Put it out there. Let's make that public so we all know. So future kids can look and say, okay, if they want to be a McDonald's All-American, how can they try to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I agree with this. Once again, shout out to both boys and girls high school McDonald's All-Americans. Bronny, title show, I say her name is How Much Pressure is on Bronny. Before we get to that, Bronny obviously is uncommitted. He is not signed anywhere yet. I know Isaiah Collier, he admitted now he was trying to recruit him, heavy to come to USC with him, which isn't a bad choice if you really think about it. Pops is in LA too, so
not a bad choice at all, man.
Where do you think Bronny should go? Out of all the options, not just college, I say G League, Ignite, overseas.
Right now,
LeVar Ball came out and said he thinks he should go to Australia. If you haven't seen that,
LeVar came out and said that he thinks LeBron should, do what he did, send him overseas so he can start playing with grown men who are pros. Which is not a bad idea either. There's really no wrong answer here. But I think right now, I think it's best for Bronny to go to college. With the whole NIL and everything going on with NIL, the NCAA is the best marketing machine for amateur basketball in the world. There's not even anything close. Not even the G League. They don't market anywhere near as good as the NCAA markets their product. So I think he should go to Ohio State. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later as well. He's already the highest NIL earner in college sports. He's not even in college sports yet, so he's already the highest NIL earner in amateur sports, I guess we could call it. Hasn't even decided where he's going to school at. So I think he should go to college. I think he should go to Ohio State. If Coach K was at Duke still, I would say go to Duke. But since Coach K ain't there, Duke is going to be stacked next year. So it would not be a bad idea for him to go to Duke, but I don't think that's even on the radar right now. So Ohio State was the only school he actually visited. So, I mean, I say Ohio State. I don't know. What do you think?
Out of all the options, I mean, I get LeVar Ball's point. It worked out tremendously with LaMelo. And obviously, and then LaMelo hitting that growth spurt helped too. So
Yeah, helped big time. He was like 6'2" when he went over there. Came out 6'8".
I mean, if you go into college, I think either choice has to be Ohio State or USC. I was talking to my cousin earlier this morning about where he should go, and the thing is, obviously with NIL and everything, but if Bronny does go to a college, can he be a quote unquote normal college student? Obviously with all eyes on him, obviously being who he is.
Good question.
So that's one thing I worry about, which is why I would prefer. I would lean USC because he's out there with Bron. He wouldn't have to technically live on campus. He can still live from home, commute, and everything. Probably be more safer for him. But selfishly, I want to go to Ohio State so we can get up there and get a few games. Selfishly.
That's why I said Ohio State. But you're right, man. It would make the most sense, like for his overall brand, to stay in LA. And like you said, how normal can he be in Columbus, Ohio?
Right.
Like let's be real. You're LeBron James Jr. It's not going to be normal for you anywhere, but it'll be more normal for you in California, in LA, where it's more of that stature person out there. Like there's nobody even in LeBron James's stratosphere in Ohio right now.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, let's be real. So, if he goes to a smaller, it's not a small school by any means, but and as they do have some big stars there. You do have CJ Stroud right there right now is going to be top 5 pick in NFL draft. You have multiple NFL quarterbacks that went there.
You still got Marvin Harrison Jr., the best wide receiver in college football there. So.
Yeah. So I mean, you do have that. You do have those superstar names there, but with Bronny is just different, bro. It's different, man.
I would also want him to lean towards Ohio State. Is I want to see him in an environment where he has to be the guy. That Sierra Canyon, I mean, he's not the best player on his team. If he goes to USC, I don't think he would be the best player on the team.
Nah, but Isaiah Collier, I think he's the best guard in the class.
So I want to go for Bronny's sake and for obviously draft cycle, because obviously they got him projected top 10 lottery pick. Now, is that more so because, like I said, do they want Bron? Do they want Bron is why they have him there, or is it because of the skill? I would want him to go to, like I said, to a place like Ohio State where they don't really have nobody. Him lead the Buckeyes back to just NCAA tournament and have a good year, so he can show that he can be, if not the man of the team in the NBA, at least like the second best guy on the team, on the championship contender team. Make him worth that top 10 lottery pick. Yeah,
I mean, because like you were saying, if you're in college and you're an NBA guy in college, you don't have to be a NBA superstar to be an NBA guy in college and uplift your team in college. Because it's not that hard to do in college basketball. It's a little bit harder to do now because you got older guys in college basketball, so it is a little bit different now. But traditionally, like, you had Evan Turner turn up Ohio State. You saw what he wasn't an NBA superstar by any means. So you don't have to be a bona fide NBA superstar to be, that good in college, or to be a superstar level player in college, and to be able to uplift your team and be able to be a national player of the year candidate. You know what I'm saying, in college.
Now, also, and last thing on this, what I hope this doesn't happen is that I hope the pressure of LeBron wanting to play with Bronny doesn't force him or want to rush him to the NBA. Like if he, I mean, obviously, the counter to put that is you get the better training and everything, and growth and development in the NBA. But if he's not, like, if he clearly shows like he's not ready physically, mentally, or whatever, I don't. Maybe he should stay maybe 2 years in college. Maybe.
That's facts. Like if you go out here in college and you look like you are not, like I said, it's not. I watch college basketball and I could tell, like, oh, this guy's gonna be a lotto pick. If it's not that obvious for him, maybe you should think about staying a year, staying another year in college to develop your game further. But I think a thing that may also help Bronny is what some of these guys are saying is some of these NBA executives are not so high on this year's high school senior class and next year's high school senior class. So that may also help Bronny, whether he goes 1 year or if he stays 2. scouts are not that high on either of these classes coming out. So it may not be that hard for him to maintain that top 10 status, you know?
That's fair. I mean, to your point, that's 100% fair. But that's just
that's still not a good reason to be top 10.
Right? Yeah, that's not a strong. That's not a good reason.
Like you ain't top 10 because it's a weak ass draft. You know what I'm saying? It's still not a good look, but it helps him out a little bit.
Now for him, like I said, for him, the goal would be top 10, the top 5. Now if he can move up that far, then by all means go. But
sure.
Wherever you go, if you college and they still got you projected top 10, maybe and further down, maybe it's obviously up to you. Maybe you should stay another year. But
yeah, like if you go to college and you like right now you project the top 10. If you go to college and you come out not lotto projection, then you should definitely think about staying. But maybe you should think, okay, if you still a first round projection and you think if I stay another year in college and I'm not going to up this stock no more and I already upped it,
right,
it'd be best for you to go. Because we saw guys like Caleb Love, who's now in transfer portal. But last year around this time, it was either NBA draft or come back to school. You were going to be a lotto pick probably. Our first round pick for sure last year, coming out of after the tournament we had last year, even after the terrible Final Four you had or terrible championship game you had, you were still probably going to be a lotto pick, late lotto pick, very late lotto pick, or either late first round pick probably in the first round of the NBA draft. Now you got to transfer a year later. So it's not always best to, stay that extra year thinking you're going to stay back and prove more or stay back and try to win a championship. Hey, if you got a chance to be a first round guaranteed lotto pick or even a lotto pick possibility, it may be best to go ahead and take the opportunity where you have it.
That's fair. But that NIL deal, which is a good transition, that NIL deal, that's a hell of a reason to stay and get better because 7.2 right now is what Bronny is projected, and like we said off air, he hasn't even stepped foot on a college campus yet. He hasn't committed nowhere, and he's already 7.2 million.
7.2 million. I guess that's just for a year. I'm guessing.
I don't
know how they're projecting this. I'm guessing this is a per year number they saying here, but yeah, right now he's the number one of the earners of the NIL earners in all of college or amateur sports.
And that's coming, which is crazy. And that's come with, I know that's like different brands because I remember this time last year we talked about a little bit Master P son Hersey Miller, how he got he got 2 million off of some tech company.
Yeah,
I was just off that tech company. Bronny got all this coming off of like 4 or 5 different brands.
Nike, of course, I know he's got that Beats because he got the commercial. So if he got Beats, he probably got something going on with Apple because I think Apple owns Beats. So he's got multiple deals going on. Of course, he got the little gamer thing he has going on. And also I think DJ Wagner has a Nike NIL deal too. Him and Bronny were the only 2 guys not wearing Adidas gear yesterday during the game. It was an Adidas outfit, but they had Nike shoes on, so they wasn't rocking with it. But yeah, man, already the top earner in college sports. He's not even in college, like we were saying. Number 2 right now is Arch Manning at $3.7 million. It's gonna be a freshman too this year, right?
Yeah, freshman this year. Yeah,
this is crazy, man. Yep. Yeah, of course they're 2 sons of 2 legends, so I mean, it definitely helps. But Arch Manning,
now he's a nephew of Manning.
Oh, I guess I guess he's not the son of either Peyton or Eli. I guess he's the other
Cooper's
son. Yeah, so he's a nephew. Still, I guess the last name hell, I guess it runs in blood.
It does.
And you got Olivia Dunn, who is the gymnast. I think she goes to LSU. 3.4 million. At number 3. Number 4, you got Mikey Williams, man, who's going to be at Memphis next year with Penny Hardaway, 3.3 million. So shout out Mikey Williams. Hopefully he stays in the top rank. I think right now he's top like 40. Hopefully he can get higher up in the ranks next year and see himself become a first round NBA draft pick. Then wrapping out top 5, Caleb Williams at 2.6 million. Of course, quarterback for USC.
Wow, you see, I mean, I'm sure Caleb's not struggling, not hurting, but you see this Bronny, Arch Manning, top 2, and I've been in college football 3 years now, and I'm
Got
only
these rookies coming in here making all this money. I'm about to be the first pick next year in the NFL draft. I'm getting
first pick.
2.6.
I just won the Heisman Trophy this past year. Like
Arch got 3 whole years to go in college. You know, bro. By the time he wrap up, he's gonna be getting $10 million a year, bro. It's gonna be
and
crazy.
and he's not even projected to be the starter for Texas. He'll
That's
probably be the
crazy.
backup. That's crazy.
Where are these deals coming from? I want to know. I don't want to know all the deals, of course. I don't, but hey, now we should know all the deals. We know all the once you become a freshman athlete, these guys are pros basically at this point. We know all LeBron's deals. We know most of Peyton Manning's deals. Let's get these deals, man. I want to see how these guys are getting these NIL deals. I want to see what they're endorsing. I want to learn more about this. This is intriguing to me.
Yeah, it's wild. But hey, shout out to them. Putting in the work. I mean, obviously we know them because of their last name and who they're related to, but they still got to put in the work.
Beautiful thing, yeah. And then Livy Dunn is a gymnast, so of course that they get is I'm happy she's able to get money right now because they don't have a very
that's huge for all women's athletics.
Yeah, that's huge, man. Especially for gymnasts, they don't get a long earning lifespan because their sport they kind of age out quick, man. So I'm happy she's able to get that earn that money now. But I was watching I think it was the Herd. Colin Cowherd Herd, man. Shout out FS1. Shout out Colin Cowherd, man. He had Sonny Vaccaro on there because he's the main topic for the movie Air. They're talking about NCAA, and Sonny thinks the NCAA is going to be basically sharing revenue with players by like 2030. He said probably earlier than that. He said they're going to be sharing revenue. It ain't going to be just NIL deals. It's going to be revenue shared by the TV deals and all that shit. I was like, wow.
Damn. Crazy.
So that if it gets to that point, man, it's going to be even more crazy for these athletes. Going to be making even more money. But hey, they deserve it because the NCAA is making billions off them.
Been making billions off of them.
Yeah. So they definitely deserve it.
But yeah, I just looked up. I said we was talking about the gymnast. I just looked up Aaliyah Boston, and she's probably number one projected pick in WNBA. Just looking at them, like she's not even touching like millions.
Damn.
She's the best player in college basketball. I mean, she got some money. She got some good NIL deals, but she's not even coming close to.
Where's she at right now? She ain't even close to $1 million.
They said right now. Well, this is as of November 4th. Right now, she's only at, according to on3.com.
That's what we did. I just looked at.
102,000.
Damn. Well, that's better than nothing for her, man. But damn, you would think.
Oh no, roughly 325,000 total.
Okay.
325,000 total.
So, man, that's crazy. So some of these girls are going to be taking a pay cut going to the WNBA. Because I mean, I don't think they get paid that much in the WNBA. So some of these girls are going to going to be taking a pay cut going to the league. That's ridiculous, man. I bet you Caitlin Clark got something crazy. If she don't right now, she's going to have something crazy next year. And so will Shorty from Louisville have something crazy coming next year. And she ain't got nothing crazy right now.
Man. Yeah. While we on the subject, man. Shout out to the WNBA. And March Madness, the women's tournament, man. I know Yahoo had the story that the Iowa Louisville game on a Monday. Was it Sunday or Monday? I think it was Monday. Monday night. They had the highest rate. It was the highest rated basketball game this year. Like even higher than any NBA game that's been shown on ESPN this year. That was the most viewed game, ranking in 2.5 million. So
shout out to them, man. It was a hell of a game. Caitlin Clark. We posted on the page, man. The first ever 40-point triple-double in NCAA tournament history, men's or women's.
Yes.
So
crazy.
That's tough, man. I don't care how you put it. I don't care. That's tough, man.
And I'm just going here. I'm gonna endorse this game because I'm definitely gonna watch it this Friday night. The best defense in the country, number one South Carolina. Obviously, know they're undefeated, trying to repeat back-to-back champions, win and go undefeated this year. The best defensive team in South Carolina versus the best offensive team in Caitlin Clark in Iowa. So
it's gonna be exciting, bro. It's gonna be exciting. I will be tuning into that as well. I want to see Don Staley take it, but I won't be mad if it's upset. I won't be mad if an upset happens. I won't be mad at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, Caitlin Clark going off. I mean, she got to be going off for a 40 ball or 50 even. Shit, she got to be going off if it happens.
But that's crazy, man. But that's crazy. We talked off there like how Vegas has Iowa 12-point underdog.
12 points, which I think is a bit disrespectful, but hey, that shows you how good and how dominant South Carolina is, man.
No one can just match up with their side. Like, they are tall as shit.
Yeah. Elite Boston is the most dominant player in college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Probably men's or women. So, hey, it's going to be a hell of a task, but if anybody can do it, man, it's Caitlin Clark. She's out there balling. She's like the female Steph Curry out here, killing these motherfuckers, man. She's crazy.
So, yeah, Friday night, 9 o'clock, ESPN. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in. ESPN, you're welcome for the free plug.
We show love, man. We should show love.
Before we wrap up the Bronny James situation, the last thing I want to ask is obviously the name of the title. How much pressure is on Bronny James? And the reason I ask this is because, I mean, obviously they're talking about the McDonald's All-American game. And then obviously they went on to how successful can he be in the league. So I don't think we technically answered this question before. We talked about it before, but a little bit before, but I don't think we dove deep into it. So how much pressure is on Bronny James to be, I guess, get to the NBA and I guess have a good career? Like I don't think no one's going to put pressure on him. He's going to be better than LeBron.
I think it's definitely pressure there, but I think he embraces it. I don't think he shies away from it. I think he's aware of it. But I think he knows he's not his dad. Like, he knows. I'm sure Savannah and LeBron sat him down and explained to him, like, yeah, we know, it don't matter what nobody else say or what they think, we're gonna be proud of you regardless. I'm sure he knows that. So I don't think it's too much pressure for him. I think he is already set up for him to get there if he stays the course, which I think he's been put on a great course. If he stays the course, man, it'll happen. So I don't think it's too much pressure at all for him.
Yeah, I don't think it's surmountable pressure for him. I think that at best, man, I think Bronny's going to have a long career. I do think he'll make a few All-Star games, but I think he'll have a long career. One, because he's a sniper. He can shoot. He can shoot that thing. He can shoot. Already better shooter than Bron was at this time.
Brian is right now. Let's be real. Probably is a better shooter than Brian's right now.
That's fair. And I don't think Bron. I think Bronny. I think he may give you maybe about 2 or 3 more inches. I don't think he's done growing quite yet. I think if
he might get like 6'4", 6'5", maybe. I don't see him getting higher. I don't see him getting taller 6'5".
But if he gets 6'5", I think that's perfect. Yeah, he could be a solid 3-and-D guy for a good 10, 12 years in the NBA or however long he wants to play.
He's easily going to be a 10+ year NBA player because he has the skill level to be that. Like I think he needs to, if he doesn't grow anymore, he needs to get his handle a little more tight. Mm-hmm. That's if he doesn't get to at least 6'5". But if he gets to like 6'5", he can definitely be like a D'Angelo Russell level player. Easily be a D-Lo, but better defender player than D-Lo. So he can easily be that level player, if not a little better. If he gets to that size, like I said, if he don't grow anymore, he's gonna get his handle a little tighter because his handle isn't nothing special. But like you said, he can shoot. He can shoot, and that's what you need in today's NBA. You have to be able to shoot, and he already has a jumper. So as long as he gets, like I said, gets his handle a little tighter, which is definitely possible. We look at Steph Curry when he first came in the NBA, he couldn't dribble for shit. Now Steph has one of the best handles probably ever. Mm-hmm. So if he just gets handle tighter, stays in good enough shape to be able to endure the season and be able to play without the ball, because he's very good off the ball, man. I don't think he's underrated. He moves very well off the ball, better than his father does for sure. Bronny that thing in his hands. But if Bronny ain't got the ball, I noticed last night. That's how he got so many threes. He moves out the ball very well. Like even if it's just relocating off, he passed into the post. Man turned his head, he relocates.
You can tell he studied Steph Curry tape.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Yep, you can tell. That's what I think every young player needs to study. Everybody just so on all of his threes. Study Steph's tape, man. Like watch Steph without the ball. Like he is the best off-ball player of all time. That's what makes Steph Curry so good. It ain't just shooting. It's the off-ball. He's the most dangerous player off the ball fucking ever. Like he's a great screener. That's how he gets open. He screens for his man. If you screen for somebody, you're going to be wide open, most likely. And he screens and he's gone, man. Like Steph he's the only player in basketball today and probably ever that's as dangerous off the ball as he is on the ball. Like it's ridiculous, man.
It's facts. And honestly, for me, if Bronny gets a second contract in the NBA, that's a win. That's a success for me. Even if he just finishes out that second contract and hangs it up or whatever happens, that's a win for me.
Yep, and I think it'll happen. But yeah, you're right. If he gets that second contract, it's definitely a win. And if you LeBron, you're already ahead because Jordan's sons wouldn't even be down to All-Americans. So
yep.
LeBron already a little bit. He already won this game because Jordan's sons never was. Neither one of his sons would ever be down to All-Americans. So, so LeBron already got another notch in the gold belt.
In the cap over Jordan.
He got off the court, and now he got on with the Suns.
Hey, shout out! I think it's Marcus, the one day in Lars Pippen.
Yeah, it's Marcus. It's Marcus.
Yeah, hey, well,
hey, shout out Marcus, man.
Hey.
Hey, she said if they get married, she changed her name last name to Jordan. I said, oh man, she went from literally Pippen to Jordan last name. That'd be crazy.
Oh
man.
my bro, what?
Crazy. That'd be crazy. And word on the streets is that Marcus, and her were at Jordan's like 60th birthday, and like Jordan blessed the relationship. For sure or not, but that's the word on the streets, man.
Bro, can you imagine that, bro? Like, Jordan probably met her years ago when she was with Scotty when they was playing.
When she was 30-something. Now you 50-something probably. Man, my son smacking me now. Like, what? What is going on?
Jordan telling Marcus all the stories Scott used to tell him, because if that story was true about them having sex that many times a day, Pippen deserves to be higher up on the NBA's all-time greatest list.
Yeah, because if he was putting in like that and going out there guarding Gary Payton and Sean Kemp and shit, man, Karl Malone and shit, man, going out there, bruh, guarding Penny. Guarding Magic Johnson in the finals, bro.
We gotta put some more respect on Scottie Pippen.
I travel with him and everything. I travel with him. They're never apart. Like they're even on the road in the finals, bro. What the fuck? My nigga said, "Fuck these rings, man."
Mike said, Marcus there. Let me tell you stories about what I heard about your girl.
It was Game 6, right? Like, Pip, I need you. Mike ain't got no legs. I said, man.
Oh, hey, that's why his back was hurting in Game 6 of the finals.
Hey,
that's why. That.
Why somebody had a migraine. He had no migraine. He was up all night. Man.
Oh man, see now all them stories starting to make sense now. Okay.
Yeah, I need Pip to clear this up, brother. We need to clear this up, man.
Hey Pip, you want down to the wire 513, easy platform for you to clear it up.
Show, man. We don't support NFTs though. I know he got an NFT out here trying to push, man. We don't support NFTs.
Yeah, no.
We ain't doing that bullshit, man.
We ain't with that. Down to the wire 513, episode 276. Make sure y'all tap in with everything down to the wire 513. You can Google. That's the easiest way to find us. We talked a little bit about the women's NCAA tournament a little earlier. Let's get to the men's. Let's jump to the men's side. We have a Final Four.
Here, man, we're here.
Out
We made it.
of all the brackets I've seen, they said there's only 6 people, and whoever filled out a bracket this year that has this Final Four. Exact Final
Damn.
Four. 6 people.
Wow, that's impressive. Have this.
Overall, I mean, just a quick recap of the weekend that you watching college basketball, and what do you think of the Final Four teams we got?
It was kind of boring, to be honest, bro. I know it was a big controversy, and was it the Creighton game?
Yeah, San Diego State Creighton. Yeah,
it was a big controversy in that game. I think it was the foul call. They were talking about,
it was a foul.
It was definitely a foul. The ref shouldn't have followed the whistle. I'm happy he called the foul. It was definitely a foul. Don't foul, bro. It is what it is. Don't foul. Simple as that. But overall, man, the weekend in basketball was a little bit lackluster for me, if you ask me, man. It was a little lackluster. Well, I'm excited for this weekend. I'm definitely going to watch these games and hope it's some good basketball being played.
Obviously, brackets got busted when Alabama went out. They lost San Diego State. But I did say, I don't know, we was talking about Brandon Miller, how his performance. I did say before that San Diego State will be a good test for him offensively, because San Diego State is one of the best defensive teams in the country, and they got to him.
Yeah, he looked good.
They got to him. He probably locked in top 3, number 3 now.
Yeah, he locked in number 3. Scoot didn't have to do shit, man. Scoot probably like, thank you, brother.
he's locked in at number 3 now.
Told you, T, man. I needed to see a little bit more. If he would have played decent, like even decent, it would have been all right. Now it's still competition between number 2, but now it's like tournament. He didn't play good at all.
Yeah, he did not. But hey,
it happens though, man. It happens. Yeah, he had a lot going on. I'm not trying to give no excuses. I know I was hard on him last week. I'm not giving no excuses, but it was a lot of shit going on. And it's not easy to play these teams that are designed. They're specifically designed the defense to stop you. So it's not hard to go out here and look like a top 3 pick.
But I mean, it wasn't just him. It was, I mean, Alabama. Like I said, Alabama's been a great team. I said he's been the focal point because he's a lottery pick. But I said they had plenty of other guys who was capable to step up and take over at any point. And San Diego State, like you said, just had a great plan, great game plan.
Yeah, they do have a squad, man. They do have one of the deepest teams in the country. Is why they're number 1 most of the year.
I'm personally, I was kind of hurt. I was kind of heartbroken for Kansas State, because we talked about it a little bit on Friday that we thought they could go on a possible like UConn run with Noel leading them like Kimba. But man, they just couldn't make enough plays late against FAU, and yeah, Noel. Hey, I will say this: Noel left everything out there on the court.
He did, man, and that, like we were saying, they probably the best story left in the tournament. But now, I think FAU has the best story left. But I think it's several good stories because, like I said, all these teams were not expected to be here. So, I think it's a lot of good stories here, even though it's a little bit lackluster. You don't have your traditional blue bloods here, so of course it's going to be not as much fanfare around it. But I think it's good stories.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who said they're not going to watch, they're not interested. As a college basketball fan, I'm gonna watch. One, UConn is fun as hell to watch.
They're fun to watch, and so is FAU. They're fun to watch too.
Yeah, man. FAU said that they played a complete tournament so far. Miami was the biggest one surprise getting here, because I didn't think they would have got past Texas. Texas had a 13-point lead in the second half, and I got to give. I had to hold on. I got to look dude's name up, because he did something that only Christian Laettner did in the NCAA tournament, going perfect from the field and the free throw line. So I got to
I seen that.
I got to give him his credit. Jordan Miller, yeah, he went 7 for 7 from the field and 13 from the free throw line, 27 points. So Christian Laettner was the only other person who's done that in NCAA tournament history. So.
Damn. Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. But I think Miami have some good shot making on their team. I know I've been very critical of the shot making of college basketball in general, but I think this Miami UConn game is going to be very entertaining.
I hope I'm wrong with what I'm about to say. I think that college basketball fans, people who's going to watch, enjoy the Final Four. Because if UConn gets to the Final Four, I think they're beating the brakes off whoever they play. They have been that dominant in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
and it's a crazy fact. It's a crazy fact. Like their only loss this year was in Big East play. They hadn't lost to any other conference in college basketball this year.
damn.
So they like
They
Xavier.
should. I mean, they are the favorites here.
Yeah, like Xavier beat UConn twice, and Xavier got popped by Texas.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be interesting, man. I think Miami is gonna give UConn some problems though.
Hope so. And just to read off a few of their non-conference, this UConn team beat Alabama earlier in the year. They beat Iowa State, Oklahoma State, and Oregon. That was a few of their non-conference games. And then obviously the team they play in the tournament. So
probably the best team.
Oh, on paper for sure. Like I said, they're easily favorites for Vegas. I do think, like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but I think Miami, Florida will be the game of the weekend this weekend. And then if UConn does somehow advance, no matter who they play, I think they'll beat the brakes off of Florida Atlantic and San Diego State.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I think the only chance that the other side has is if Miami wins. I think if UConn wins, they're gonna. I think whoever wins that UConn Miami game will end up winning the whole thing. But I think it'll be a closer game in the championship if Miami wins and advances. But like you said, if UConn goes to the championship and plays either one of the FAU or San Diego State, it's going to be ugly.
And just a fun fact, UConn is undefeated when the Final Four is in the state of Texas.
Damn. Well, my money's on UConn, man.
And quickly, man, hey, I got to give a shout out to Conference USA. There's not a conference that's not talked about a lot. Yeah, rarely at all.
Yeah,
but
at all.
Conference USA, they got the CBI championship winner this year in Charlotte. They got, the NIT is 2 Conference USA teams for the championship.
Damn.
And then they got Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. So,
hey, shout out Conference USA, man. I know it was a conference UC used to be in back in the day, man.
And now they're moving to all those teams by this name going to the American. So they're leaving the Conference USA, going to the Conference UC is going to used to be in. So, so yeah, man. But overall, man, I me personally, from start to finish, I've enjoyed this tournament. There's been some good games. The storylines has been good. But then I think Noel was just I think he's the guy, the man of the tournament that you may not have known his name before, but you definitely know who he is now. Like I said, he may not go into the NBA. He may not, like I said, he may not get to the NBA. He may end up overseas anywhere. But I think you will remember this year's tournament for what he did, his performances he had.
For sure. And whether he makes it to the NBA or not, I think he made himself a lot of money this last month.
For sure. So, yeah, man, can't wait to see what the Final Four this weekend, man. Should be fun. April Fool's Day. Same day as WrestleMania Night 1, which that's another topic for another day. So I forgot
about that. Sheesh.
A lot is going on Saturday night.
A lot going on, man.
To the association. Man, another week down. I think we only got a week left?
Yeah.
2 weeks left?
About a week and a half, I think 2 weeks left.
And I mean, we've been saying this the past few weeks, man. The standings in the NBA are tight. I think for me, I think in the East, I think the 10 teams are locked in. It's just a matter about what seed they fall in. Yeah. But I think the 10 teams are locked in.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much for the most part locked in. I think even seeding is important for the bottom teams, but honestly, it's like a three I would say 4-team race.
Yeah,
like we kind of been talking about it all season. We talked about it in the beginning of the season. it's like a 14 race. It might be a little bit different than the 4 teams we mentioned at the beginning of the season because one of those teams are now like dismantled completely.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Nets, but it's still pretty much going to be Milwaukee, Boston.
Actually, was. I mean, we said 5 team if Brooklyn did stay, but now since they gone,
it's held together. But yeah, we've been saying for the most part it's going to be Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, and Cleveland for the most part of the season, man. And that's what it's wrapping up to be. It's gonna be interesting between those teams. I think the rest of it is pretty much going, kind of figure itself out as far as the bottom half of the conference.
Yeah. What I do is I do hate this that Brooklyn dismantled their team and they're still in the playoff spot basically because how they started, how they played when they had those guys. But now, like I said, they started so good, they're not going to lose enough to fall out of playoffs. So they stole a spot basically, even with them trying to.
They'll at least be in the play-in, right? I think right now they're
6th seed right now.
Oh, okay, shit, good for them, man.
Yeah, they're 6th seed right
that's
now.
crazy, good for them. So yeah,
half a game in front of Miami.
Damn, man. Hopefully they can stay in there. I want to see them stay in the playoffs. Hopefully they can stay in. Hopefully they don't slide to the play-in.
And then, by the way, Knicks fans, Julius Randle, he's out with a sprained ankle. So, I know the Knicks tonight with a win, if they beat the Heat tonight, they are locked into the playoffs. They can't fall no lower than the play-in. So tonight was a big game for the Knicks.
No lower than like the 6th seed, or no lower than like
no lower than 6th seed. Like they'll be in the playoffs.
Okay, they're good then.
And it's fine. It's final. Even no Julius Randle, they beat the Heat 101-92. So the Knicks are in the playoffs.
Bad loss for the Heat. Like you just mentioned, they were battling to get back into that actual playoffs. They're right now 7th, I think, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible loss for them.
And Brooklyn's about to knock off Houston, so that's a big win for Brooklyn. So
yeah, he's been playing spoiler, man, a lot late this season. Disappointed still in Chicago. They're barely in the play-in right now.
But I think they'll stay there. I think Washington, they're 3.5 up on Washington. I don't think Washington can make ground.
Yeah, and Indiana. We tried to give y'all some hope last week. Want y'all to make it so we can get out there to a game. But y'all just can't do nothing right for us, man. Y'all slipped even further down now. So yeah, I think they're pretty much out. I'm disappointed in Washington. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know we're talking about Pacers because we want to go to the game. Hey, a good weekend. I may make a trip up to Cleveland, depending on the matchup. I may make a trip up there. I've been to a Cavalier game before. The environment is crazy.
I don't know, man. It would take me a lot to get up there, but hey, it's possible. I guess I don't know. It's possible.
You see Tatum and them boys.
I would.
Say just make a weekend. Make a weekend out. Make a little weekend out. I know it's not much to do in Cleveland. It's Cleveland. It's Cleveland.
If I go up all the hotel rooms and shit, it's gonna be hella expensive. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'll put it out there. just put that out.
Trying to help the Cleveland economy out. Get some tourists.
Yeah, help them out. Like I say, bring some tourists. And saying this time I'll be going as neutral, so that walk out of there won't be as brutal as last time.
You getting hurt? You mean your heart broke?
Yeah, nah, not this time. Man, hey, to the West where we still got still
madness out there, man.
8 teams still alive for a playoff spot. Only 2 teams have solidified their spots in the play-in and comfortably in the playoffs.
Still madness, man. Everybody trying to say, well, some of these Brian Windhorst, to be exact, just going out here saying teams are hunting Sacramento. Like teams want to get in the 6th seed to be not just to get in the playoffs safely, but to get the matchup against Sacramento. Because Sacramento is basically going to be the 3 seed. Looks like they're pretty much solidly right now in the 3 seed. They're about 5 games up on the Suns and about 3 games back of Memphis. So they're probably going to end up in that 3 seed. I know they got bad defense, but I would not want to play them in the first round. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. Right now, right, it's Golden State. They're in the 6 V, so that'll be a fun match. I would right now I would see that going at least 6.
Yeah,
I still leave Golden State as the favorites, but
yeah, I would not be surprised if it goes the other way though, because Golden State terrible on the road. And De'Aaron Fox is a straight killer. Straight killer, and Sabonis is underrated, man. I'm not a huge fan of him, but he's underrated.
Very. Suns fans. I mean, I know they're like tonight was. They feel like tonight is an important game for them, which is why KD is coming back tonight. Well, at least why they think KD's coming back tonight. Who really knows? KD's probably on schedule to return tonight anyway. But KD is back in the lineup for the Phoenix Suns tonight. I know the fans is excited. D-Book, I know we posted earlier on our on the page about how he's excited to have KD back. Only half a game up on the Clippers for 5th seed, and 1.5 games from the 7th seed. So huge game for the Suns tonight.
Big game, man. I also put up on the page too. I think it's posted this video today with KD ramping up to come back, man. So I'll go check that out. Monty Williams reacting, you know what I'm saying, where he thinks KD is at, you know, physical wise, so where you think he's going to be at. I don't know, man. It's a big game for them. It's just, I think it's a lot for them, man. Try to, you know, put it all together in such short time with KD just now coming back. He only playing 3 games with them before getting hurt. And them just not having no depth, man. I think it's going to be tough for them to put it all together in this short amount of time.
Yeah, and I don't like that matchup against the Clippers in the first round. I do not like that matchup for them.
Me neither at all. Because I know it's going to be, you know, highly relying on Russ playing good, but I think Russ he's going to take the challenge to go at Chris Paul. He's going to go at Chris Paul. Chris Paul can't stand in front of nobody no more, so it's going to be a wrap. And Kawhi is the ultimate killer. I would not want that matchup at all. I want it as a fan. I want to see that shit bad as a fan. I would love to see that.
What do you think of? I said, man, the West, like that, y'all can go look at it yourself, like that. But the West, like that, it's so tight.
It's crazy.
Right now, the Mavs, they're out of the playoffs, which is all together.
I was gonna bring it up next, man. How do you feel about they're just collapsed? They went on a 4-game losing streak. They won last night finally, or 2 nights ago. I forget when it was. Maybe last night. They finally got a win, but they were sliding pretty bad on a 4-game losing streak. Luka's saying he's frustrated. He's not having fun playing basketball at this point. Saying it's more than just basketball. It's looking like a mess in Dallas, man.
This just goes to show that just because you got two of the top 10 players in the NBA, that they can mesh. Like, no, it takes time to build chemistry, build rapport with all the guys. And we mentioned this when the trade went down. Dallas got worse defensively. That's what they're struggling defensively. We know Kyrie and Luka can put up points. We know Dallas can put up points. Can they defend? Not with his current roster. So that's Omar. This is all Lamar Cuban making that move. I know Kyrie wanted out of Brooklyn, but if I was Dallas, I wouldn't have jumped in that race. I'd have kept my team as is. You just seen what we did last year, getting to the Western Conference Finals with that group. You really think you could get to the NBA Finals, giving up 2 of your best defenders for an offensive guy? No. We've been saying this since we've been doing this podcast. It takes more than just scoring points to win a championship. That's why the Phoenix Suns, Mark D'Antoni hasn't won one. The James Harden Houston Rockets teams a few years ago haven't won. It takes more than offense, man.
That's facts, man. That's facts. Yeah, you said it all, man. We've been saying it since the trade went down. It sounds good, you know, Kyrie and Luka. But you lose all your defense. You know, Dwight Powell is not a rim protector
at all.
So you can't rely. You can't have 2 weak perimeter defenders. As a backcourt, we have no rim protection, helping them out. So yeah, just not a very smart move by them. It was a very desperate move by them. Word is though, everybody wanted it. The Cuban wanted it, Luka wanted it, and so Jason Kidd. It's word on the street. So now it's rumors coming out about people in locker rooms mad. Kyrie liking Luka as a person, but not really feeling the whole play style. Who knows what's going on in Dallas, man? But it's ugly, bro.
And that's the thing too. He can leave after this year, so you better hope he wants to stay, or y'all can convince him to stay, because he can leave, and then all this will be for nothing.
Money, but I hope nobody wants him.
Because
if they make it a bidding war for y'all, it's gonna be like, damn, do you really want to put this money? Yeah, it'd be best for them if nobody out there offers Kyrie anything. They can kind of have him pigeonhole to where he has to take a deal with them. They can give him he takes a team favorable deal. They have to pay him for heavy money for a long-term contract. It's not going to be a good look because he's already been missing games since he's been with them with a foot injury. And even when him and Luka are playing, they're only 4-8, so they're not even good when both of them are on the court. So it's just not looking like a good match.
Yes. We'll see. Right now, Dallas is currently down 110-105 in fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. So not looking good. Not looking good.
Big game, man. This is a big game. Every game for them was a must win at this point. Who are they playing right now?
Philly.
Oh yeah, they probably gonna lose that game because Philly needs to win this one too for real. Just for GP, man. Just took a loss other night. Just recapping or just hopping around the league. We got Memphis and LA Clippers in a tight one right now too. About 10 minutes left. Clippers up 113 to 112.
Russ is playing probably the best game of the season so far from what I've seen earlier. Yeah, 27 points, 10 assists, only 2 turnovers, 10 of 14 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3. This is the best game he's played this year.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know I got into some shit with Russ fans last week, so don't hit me on Twitter, Russ fans. I think I muted most of y'all anyway, so I won't see it. But but yeah, best game so far. They're gonna need this level of Russ until PG gets back. But this is the thing, man. He's not the number 2 anymore. So when PG gets back, he can't have this. He's not gonna be able to get 14 shots. He probably won't get 14 shots.
But the thing is,
I don't think is Kawhi playing. Kawhi not playing?
No, Kawhi's not playing either. That's what I was just about to tell you. Like, how funny is it? He has his best game of the year where he has to be the go-to guy.
Oh wow! So this just goes to show. I've been saying this all year too. Russ is not. He's not a bad player per se. He's just bad for a certain team. He's bad for every team that won a championship. He needs the team. He needs his own team to where they can be 35-40 win team, and that be the expectation. But him go out there and score 25, get you 25, 10, and 8 a game.
Mm-hmm.
And the team just be a 35, 37 win team. On a good year, maybe a 40, 43 win team, make the playoffs some years. But it's not really be expected to be that good. That's why he probably should never left OKC. Maybe Dame was right.
The grass isn't green, always greener on the other side.
Could have stayed there and everything would have been kosher for him.
Speaking, that's like Gray said, where you leaving it. Speaking of OKC, man, right now they are in the playing game, and I wouldn't say they're going to make noise in the playoffs, but the play-in, I wouldn't want to play OKC.
Nope. Because if Shea plays, and he's been taking games off, so if he plays, he's going to be fresh.
Yes.
He's going to drop 35, 40 in your head.
And last night they lost to Charlotte. PJ Washington put up 43.
Yeah, put up 40-something.
But nah, they had Jalen Williams, who's been balling as of late. Giddey, I forget the other guy, but they all had 3 guys in 30-point figures, and this was without Shea. Shea didn't play last night.
Yeah.
So
they're capable, man, and they're
and OKC plays defense.
Yeah, and they play hard. So they're up right now, and we're against Detroit right now. 6 minutes left, fourth quarter.
What about the reemergence of Cat, man? Since he came back, the T Wolves have been rolling.
Yeah, I won't want to play them playing either. The West is dangerous, man. Even though other teams are not as good, it's still like teams you don't want to play in a series. You don't want to play in a one game, takes all game. Because Cat and Edwards he about that, man. I don't care what nobody say. He's a dog, man. So yeah, I want to play them in the play-in.
So all right, so we talking about all these teams that we don't want to play in. As Lakers fans, as Lakers fans, I mean, we talked about it. We talked about it a little off air. How us, just being us as Lakers fans, we don't really want to make the playoffs and just get bounced out of the first round. That's not Lakers. That's not Lakers basketball. But obviously, Lakers Nation, we want to, for ratings wise, Bron, AD, and all them Lakers, they want to see it. So for all them, who would you say is the best matchup for the Lakers in the? Let's go both play-in game, and then who is the best matchup for them to possibly advance at least the second round?
For ratings wise,
Well, no, I'm just talking about for win. Just
all for us to win. If we go playing, hopefully we can get an 8 seed. End up playing like the Pelicans.
well, right now we're 9.
Yeah,
and,
the 8. So we
wait, is it 7 play 8?
7-10.
Okay, 7-10.
Yeah, 7 got to win 1, 8 got to win 1.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
So hopefully we get an 8 seed, play the Pels or Thunder, because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to play Timberwolves. Pels or Thunder, that'll be the best play-in. So the best play-in for us would be 7th or 8th seed, and playing the Pels or Thunder. It'd be best opposition or the best scenario for us.
Playing about Dallas.
No.
Okay.
You see what happened when we played them just last week, right? No.
Yeah, I'm just saying because Dallas can still sneak in that 10 seed.
No, so. We don't want to see them. If they get in the play-in, we don't want to play them at all because Luka and Kyrie and they got shooters. No. Playoffs.
And obviously, we'll either be, if we're in the play-in, we'll either be a 7 or 8 seed. So would you rather see Denver or Memphis?
Yeah. I'd rather see Memphis. I'm not scared of either one of those teams, honestly, if I'm a Laker fan. I think we can beat both of those teams in the series. Will we beat either one of those teams? No. But I think playing at our best, we can beat both those teams in the series. Like, yeah. So that's why the West is some of those teams, those teams fans, I don't want to play us either. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play Lakers, especially with LeBron. So that's what Wendy said today too. LeBron came back because he sees fear, he smells weakness in the West. So that's everybody. I'd rather play one of those teams. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I almost say I'd rather play them than the Kings, but nah. Because the Kings ain't got no defense. But the Kings got a player that I fear more than anybody on either one of those teams. I fear De'Aaron Fox more than I fear anybody on the Memphis Grizzlies or anybody on the Denver Nuggets. He's a cold-blooded killer. I don't care how John's very good, but he ain't no De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, which is why for me, I agree with you with the playing game. Either the Pels or the Thunder, in a must win in a one game. Hopefully we can win, so we don't have to go to the losers bracket. And then in the playoffs, I would rather play Denver. One, I mean, just that fucking time travel. Like, I know they're NBA players, they're professionals, but flying to Memphis, to LA for a 7-game series, bro, like that
shit, that would suck. That would be terrible.
And I granted both teams had to do it, but still, I mean, we're older. That's bad first round. And for me, I don't fear Denver, like you just said. And AD kind of owns Jokic every time they play, every time they meet up. So I think we'll have a slight edge there. Obviously, we could both easily lose both of those series, but for me, I would rather play Denver than Memphis.
I
in
just
the
think Denver
playoffs.
has more firepower than Memphis. Like I'm not like Ja, like Ja is very good, but he's not going to kill you in as many ways as a Jamal Murray when he's on is going to kill you.
Mhm.
Like he's not going to be hitting step back threes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Ja is like he's a great he's a great watch. He's a spectacular player, but to me Ja is it's easy to game plan to stop Ja. It's a lot easier to stop what he could do at this point of his career. Of course, he's still very young in his career, so he's gonna evolve and grow. But at this point, I'm not scared at all.
And Steven, and I forgot about Memphis. Steven Adams he's still out. Yeah, he might not be ready for the first round of the playoffs, and
Probably not.
that's huge for them
And
defensively.
and Brandon Clark is out
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. So
So no matter who Memphis play, they might be bounced out in the first round. But yeah, man, in both conferences, man, it's a tight race. Especially more so in the West. I told y'all last week, if y'all don't have NBA League Pass, subscribe, or if y'all ain't got find ways to watch these basketball games.
Get it.
These games mean something. They matter. They matter. All right. Last thing we got on the docket for today's show. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us as always. Down to the wire 513. Lamar Jackson. I mean, we really have nothing new to report other than he came out, I believe it was Tuesday, yesterday, that he said that as of March 2nd, he asked the Baltimore Ravens for a trade, to be traded. I mean, I guess that's kind of good for him to put that, like, he doesn't want to be in Baltimore, and basically Baltimore is just holding on to him for nothing. So, but still, as far as your numbers, your contract, it's just been weird altogether, man. We got Arthur Blank coming out, owner of the Falcons, saying he's not interested in signing Lamar because he doesn't think his style of play could hold up. And Arthur Blank's the same guy who gave Mike Vick a 10-year contract at the time, back when Mike Vick was playing. So that makes zero sense at all.
And the same guy who was ready to give up everything for Deshaun Watson.
John Watson, right?
So yeah, it makes no sense, brother.
I just think the league is just sending Lamar Jackson a message, honestly.
Yeah, sending everybody a message, not just Lamar.
Yeah.
I think everybody a message that hey, we're not going to give fully guaranteed contracts, and Lamar didn't come out and say I want a fully guaranteed contract.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the word on the street is that he wants, and that's what they're trying to fight back, saying, hey, I don't care how good you think you are, buddy, you're not getting this deal you think you're going to get. So he came out and said he requested a trade on March 2nd. Saw a report. I was making this graphic that said that despite him requesting a trade, that he still was negotiating with them as late as last week. So again, man, I said it last week, man. I don't know the reason that he doesn't have an agent, but this whole handling of this whole negotiation has been terrible on his behalf, on the Ravens' behalf. It's just been sloppy and it's been very ugly, man. And this is why you should have an agent at this point. Like, if it's gonna be a easy deal where it's like there's no tax involved, it's just you reading up on what you had already. Cool, but this is your first deal out of your rookie contract. This is gonna be a pretty big deal. Until you were aware of how things were handled or are supposed to be handled, you should have had someone walking you and holding your hand at least through this process a little bit more than we've been led on to believe you've had somebody holding your hand right now, because everything looks right now very sloppy on, like I said, his part for sure, and also on behalf of the Ravens.
I mean, this is all. I mean, and honestly, we said this years. I mean, it's been spoken all around the league. This is all shit. It's all on the Browns. The Browns caused all this. They went out there and gave Deshaun Watson that crazy contract, and I mean, but if you're Lamar Jackson, you you do have a point that you've done more than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That you should at least get around that figure. But as a team, you can't really handicap yourself either, paying all this in the quarterback when we got needs elsewhere. So I mean, I get both sides. I'm obviously team Lamar. I want to see him get paid. He deserves to get the money he's asking for. And I mean, it's just gonna be interesting to see, man. We still got a long off season, and then I know I've seen a report. Adam Schefter tweeted that negotiations with other quarterbacks, Hurts, Burrow, Herbert, and I forget the other one. It was 4. Oh, I think they mentioned Jackson too, but all of them are underway. So, man, it's gonna be
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. Like if
which domino falls first, basically.
Yeah, because whoever falls first probably get paid the least.
Right.
The same instance, like, man, like what does if Lamar, he should just come out and tell us what he wants. Like if you don't want, like, just come out and say, hey, this is what I'm asking for. This is what they ain't giving me. Then at that point, all questions would be answered. You know, it just looks very sloppy, man. Like I said, on all parties. I'm a team Lamar as well. I want him to get paid, but he's not going to get the Deshaun Watson deal. If I was him, I'd be like, look, man, just give me a 3-year deal, make it fully guaranteed, $60 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Give me 180 fully guaranteed for 3 years.
But at this point, man,
they ain't gonna do that though. But give me that.
Yeah, at this point, yes, take it, but not from Baltimore. Because I think that this relationship is fractured enough, man.
He might not be able to take it from nobody else though. At this point, bro, like if he don't take it, so if he don't, okay, so if a team out there gives him, all right, say the Colts come up to him next week and say, Lamar, we want to give you 5 years fully, or say we give you 3 years fully guaranteed, 180. Come on over here, bro. He says yes. Baltimore matches it.
Then all this would be for nothing. Then Baltimore, yeah, all this will be dumb as hell.
It'll be bad on their part. It'd be terrible on their part. But I mean, that's the risk that he has and another team has for even to give him an offer sheet, man. That's why if another team wants, they should just go to Baltimore and be like, hey, look, he doesn't want to be here anymore. Let's just go ahead and make a trade. I don't want to even get into offering that you guys match it. That's just, what do you guys want for him?
Yeah, man.
Either, but I don't know.
But honestly, I think a deal will get done after the draft.
Hopefully,
more so after the draft, maybe even during the draft. Because obviously, we know if they whoever trades for him, they have to give up 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's probably I'm not sure it'd be this year or next year. So maybe they're waiting after the
after the draft. So
after the draft, so they get next year's and the year following. So
yeah. So hope this gets figured out soon, though, man. Either way it goes, because
it's draining.
Yeah, it's old news at this point, man. It's nothing else really happening. It's just, oh yeah, I requested this a month ago. Okay, bro, like, can we get some new news? So if you requested a trade but you're still negotiating with him, then what's really going on? Like, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
And two more stories. The Packers are being petty right now with Aaron Rodgers.
I would be too. Don't blame them.
They're being petty. The reason that deal hasn't made yet, according to Rodgers, is they're trying to get as much compensation for Rodgers as they can. So that's why that.
Do you blame them?
No,
I don't blame the Packers at all. I would want a first round pick and more.
I'm matching your level of pettiness, Aaron. But
I'm playing hardball.
But still, if you're the Packers, you need to get this deal done, because if July 1st gets here, you owe that dude $60 million.
Yeah. So. Yeah, for sure.
Then last, if I'm Joey B, if I'm Joe Burrow, hey, I'm in no rush to sign my contract. Let me see what all these other quarterbacks get.
Yeah, I'm
feet up on the table. I'm not even answering the phone calls from nobody until I see what everybody else get. Then I can go ahead.
They'll get Joe Burrow 12-year, $1 billion contract, $200 million guaranteed.
I think Joey B should be the last quarterback out of all the quarterbacks we just named to sign his deal.
It's gonna be a 12-year, $1 billion deal, $230 million fully guaranteed. Up to 231 fully guaranteed. Up, he's the highest fully guaranteed over 10 years. Like, nigga, what? Watch.
But yeah, I think
that team friendly.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Joe. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation now, bro. If I'm Joe, I'm trying to get. I don't know what I'm saying with Lamar. Give me a fully guaranteed deal, man.
Man, give my money. Give me my money now, man. Look, because we got office line pretty much set. Thing is, how much is going to be left over for T?
Yeah.
And then obviously you got Jamar coming in 2 years. Like I said, just because they get an extension doesn't mean it kicks in next year. They got 2 years before their contract kicks in.
Yeah.
And then 3 years, then 2 more years from when they extend Jamar. So they got a little leeway.
They got time, man.
Basically, this is the last year. 2023-24 is the last year Bengals have a legit chance of winning a Super Bowl with all their guys.
Yeah, with this current crew, with this current core right now, man.
So we'll see, man.
I don't know, man. Yeah, but Joe should definitely go last and just make it just make himself comfortable. Like, I know you don't want to, look at the pay sheet and see yourself way down at 20 for the quarterbacks, but you also don't need to be a number one to be competitive.
Everybody saying take the Brady deal. Man, that's Brady. No, I'm not Brady.
Don't do the Brady deal, but don't, like I said, you ain't gotta take the Deshaun Watson deal either. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and if you get money from Mike Brown, you better take it while you can.
Yeah, I ain't mad if he say give me the Deshaun Watson deal. I ain't mad at him, bro.
Man, I'm not either. If I get money out of Mike Brown, hey, it is what it is, because
I ain't mad.
One
chance. Yeah, hey, this is our 2 years. We got a chance these 2 years. We ain't get it done. Hey, that's on y'all. Pay me now, nigga. Get my money. When we make it back, that's on y'all. Y'all gotta figure this shit out. I'll just figure that shit out.
And I'm still the most sacked quarterback since coming to the league. Yeah, nah, give me my money.
Yeah, pay me, nigga.
Give me my money. Roll me my coins.
Yep.
All right, man. Man, good show, man. This has been Down to the Wire 513. Doc had kids. He hit the group chat, man. Kids kept him away from this show, man. But we held it down.
This next week for sure, man.
For sure, we held it down for you, brother. Go on, get some rest, because he's excited. He's very excited for opening day tomorrow. Very excited.
Man. He's gonna be our representative down at opening day tomorrow, man. So make sure y'all tap in. I don't think he'll be live though, but make sure I tap in.
I don't think Doc will be able to function.
I don't think he'll be live, but make sure y'all tap in to opening day festivities, man. Tomorrow, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know what channel's gonna be on, but make sure I tap in.
For sure, man. So once again, man, we appreciate y'all rocking out with us as always, man. Appreciate y'all the subs, likes, comments on YouTube, followers on Instagram, Twitter, likes on Facebook. Appreciate y'all rocking with us on Twitch, man. Everything, man. We just love all the support, man. We do this for y'all, and we got a lot more coming for y'all soon, man. A lot more content coming for y'all real soon. So just keep it tapped in, man, with us. So for the good brother, man, Fly Man Ran, Josh, Doc Evans, C. Taryn Blaine, this has been Down to the Wire 513, episode 276. We'll catch y'all potentially Sports and Spirits Friday this Friday. So make sure y'all tap in with us. Keep it locked for that. But until then, man, y'all have a safe, blessed Wednesday night. We out.
Peace.